Hey guys, how's it going? So today I am going to be reviewing a game called DiceLegacy. Now, DiceLegacy is a game from a developer called Destiny, but even though that probably doesn't mean anything to you, since this is the very first game that they have created. But the publisher of DiceLegacy is Ravenscourt. Now, Ravenscourt have published a whole bunch of games for like the past decade, and I actually recently, like maybe a month or so ago, reviewed another one of their games that is published by Ravenscourt, which is the same publisher as this game, and that game was Siege Survival Gloria Victus. Now, I didn't like that game a whole lot. The review video for that game is on my channel if you want to go check it out. So we will see if this game can do a bit better, even though the publisher, to be honest, doesn't have much to do with the quality of the game. And like I said, this is the very first game from this developer. Developer's name once again is Destiny Bit, and we will see today if this game is worth $20 or not. The game is not yet released as of me recording this video. The developers were nice enough to give me pre-release access to the game. You can't buy the game on Steam, you can't play the game on Steam at all right now. There's not even an early access period. The game is going straight into a full release version of the game, and they are going to charge $20 for the full release version of the game. And I am right now playing the full release version of the game. So the first thing that I really want to bring up before we start with the actual game is the fact that the game doesn't allow you to select your resolution when you are playing on full screen borderless mode. I do not like that at all. When you are playing on full screen borderless, the game simply assumes your desktop resolution, and I don't like that. So that's the first black mark against the game. You can select your resolution if you are on full screen or on windowed mode, but you cannot select a resolution when on full screen borderless mode. So I don't like that. I'm not a huge fan of games that do that. The game runs on the Unreal Engine, so it does look very pretty. And unfortunately, if you are running your desktop resolution on 4K resolution, as I am, then the game is really quite punishing on your computer, because normally I run my games at 2K resolution, meaning 1440p, which is the same resolution that I'm uploading this video to YouTube to, which is 1440p. So I usually run my games at 1440p simply because I don't have the best graphics card on earth. But to be honest with you, the game isn't a massive resource hog. When I play the game, I really hardly notice any stuttering or lagging or anything like that, despite me running the game at 4K resolution. So the game does look nice, but it doesn't run like dog water, and that's pretty good. That's certainly commendable from the devs, the fact that they can make the game look pretty, but it isn't a massive resource hog. So that's the first thing that I don't like about the game, the fact that you can't run it on borderless full screen mode and select your resolution. I would like them to implement variable resolutions for that. But otherwise than that, let's jump into the game. And one thing that I do like about the game, obviously, other than how pretty the game is is the fact that you load into the game extremely quickly. So we're going to go from the main menu into the game, and you will see how quick it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds, and you're into the game. So I think you would agree that is really quite fast. That's a very fast loading screen, and obviously that should be commended. I do not like it when a game takes 30 seconds or 40 seconds to load into the game. So a 6-second load time is really quite quick, and I am not even running this game on an SSD. I'm certain if you run the game on an SSD, you will get even faster load times. So 6 seconds on a standard hard drive, a 3.5 inch hard drive, is actually pretty damn good. And as you can see, the game looks nice. Obviously right now it is winter, so you don't really get all that good of a idea of how pretty the game is, to be honest. But the game is pretty nice. It does look pretty nice. One thing again that I don't like about the game is the fact that you can't zoom in or out. If you roll your mouse wheel up or down, it simply rolls the map forward or backward. So there's no zooming in or out at all. So that's one thing that I don't like, to be honest. I would like to be able to zoom in and out. You can't move left or right either. The entire map is on a wheel, so it's literally you are on a planet and the planet is a wheel, so you're basically on the inside of a wheel. The entire planet is a wheel, and you start here at the bottom. As you can see, here at the bottom is where I started. I've been playing for a couple of hours already on this map. I've played on a previous map as well, and then your goal is to reach the end, basically. So yeah, that's the long and the short of the game. Now, this game is not at all like your standard city builder. I guess I could describe the game as a city builder game. You do build. The game is hex based, I guess I could say. So you can see there it works on a grid based or a hex based system. And in order to build your buildings, you click here at the side at the construct buildings thing, and then you can build your building that you want. You can only build up until that region over there and that region over there. So the map is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tiles across, and then obviously it's very big across in that direction, obviously, because the map is basically like a long line, and it is only 9 tiles across, since the world is obviously like a wheel, I guess I could say. So it's really difficult to explain the game from a building perspective, since you don't actually have workers. You kind of have workers, but it's weird to explain. You get different classes of workers. I think we can look at the tutorial. The tutorial here might give you guys a better idea. So you have dice. The maximum, well, kind of the maximum amount of dice that you can have is 12. You can have more dice, but if you have a full amount of dice, which is 12, and more dice get returned to your hand while your hand is full, then you have to discard dice, which is bad, because when you discard dice, or when one of your dice dies, then your popularity with your various factions decreases. So there's popularity with your factions, with your workers. There's peasants, citizens, soldiers, merchants, and monks. So I don't have merchants or monks unlocked right now, but those are the 5 different factions. And it is a constant battle to keep all of them happy. If their happiness declines, then they start reaping havoc on your city. And they actually burn your own city down, which, trust me, is not fun. It's really difficult balancing the happiness of all of the different factions, because your factions gain happiness when you get a new dice. So right now I have like 1 blue dice, and I have I think like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that all the amount of green dice that I have? I swear I have more, but okay, let's say I have 6 green dice, and then I have 5 orange dice. So I have 6 green dice, 5 orange dice, 1 blue dice. Actually, I have 13 dice, so I might have 7 green dice. I'm not too certain. But anyway, 12 is basically the maximum that you can have, unless, like I said, you go over the limit. But then you have to watch yourself, because if you go over the limit, you risk losing a dice. If you lose a dice, or if a dice dies, since your dice have durability, then your faction happiness declines by 1. So if a green dice dies, then your green faction happiness goes down. If an orange one dies, the orange faction happiness goes down. If a blue one dies, the blue faction happiness goes down. And on top of that, you also get I guess I could say laws. There's laws that you can enact every now and then. You guys will definitely see me enacting a law in this video. Then you have to choose which faction you want the law to basically have an effect on. But then all of the other factions lose respect for you. So it is really quite difficult keeping all of the factions happy. It's almost impossible, in fact, to keep all of the factions happy. Unless you basically constantly throw them festivals. You can throw festivals over here, but it is a little bit expensive to throw festivals. You certainly will not be able to throw festivals constantly to keep all of your factions happy. So, your dice are basically like your workers. There are humans walking around here, which doesn't really make sense since the humans don't do anything. I don't see any humans right now, but I think it's because it's winter. So there's humans walking around, but they don't do anything. The entire game is played with the dice, and it's really difficult to almost, I would say, manage your city, because every dice, let's take an orange dice for instance. The orange dice can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things. So you can see there, it can be a working dice, it can be a producing dice, which is that the pick and the axe symbol. It can be a working dice. It can be a building dice, which is the hammer over there. It can be a building dice. It can be an attacking dice, which is that one over there. So it can be an attacking dice, or it can be an exploring dice, which is that one over there. Actually, this dice over here is currently exploring. So you can see there that symbol there at the top. That symbol over there is exploring. So one dice can do 5 different things. Then you get another type of dice, which is this type. This dice can do something that the orange dice cannot do, which is research. I currently have 2 dices over there that are researching. So, and then I have a blue dice as well over here. I can't show you right now what the blue dice does, but the blue dice can do attacking and building and demolishing. Basically, it's like a kind of demolishing thing. So every dice has a few shared things that they can do. Like I said, the green dice can work and they can build, but they can also research. The orange dice can work and build, but they can also explore and attack. And the blue dice can attack and build and demolish. So you have a whole bunch of different dice. You have 5 different types of dices, and each and every one of the dices can do different things. Now, let's play the game a little bit. I know I've been explaining quite a lot, but I don't want to just simply rush into the game and then you guys don't understand anything, you know? So the game is not turn-based. It's kind of turn-based. It's turn-based with time. So this takes 30 seconds to build. This takes 6 seconds to build. That takes 9 seconds. But you can pause the game anytime that you want, even though you can't do anything while the game is paused. Like right now, the game is paused, but I can't do anything. I literally can't put my dice anywhere, nothing like that. You can't do anything while the game is paused. You can think while the game is paused. You can do that. Like right now, I can think, okay, what do I want to do next? Do I want to mine wood? Do I want to mine food? Do I want to mine stone? Anything like that? Do I want to attack these camps over here? You know, you can contemplate and think about what you want to do while the game is paused, but you can't actually do anything. So that's really quite interesting. In most city builders, like City Skylines or Roller Coaster Tycoon or anything like that, you can pause the game and you can build a whole bunch, like in Anno or Tropico or anything like that. You can build while the game is paused. But in this game, you can't build while the game is paused. You can't do anything while the game is paused. You can simply think. You can think about your next move. So it's really quite interesting. The game is literally a battle against time, because as the time progresses, the game gets more difficult. So it's really quite interesting. And to be honest with you, the game is very difficult. Like, I honestly have played every city builder under the sun. I've played Anno, all of the Annos, even from the 1990s type Anno. I've played Tropico, Settlers, City Skylines, Jurassic World, Evolution, Roller Coaster World, Zoo Tycoon. I've played every type of city builder that there is, and I find this city builder really quite difficult. You really have to be quite on the ball. There is easier settings, which obviously make things easier, but I'm playing it on the normal setting right now, not on the easy setting, the normal setting. And even the normal setting is quite difficult, to be honest. I've lost a couple of buildings throughout my playthroughs. It's really just quite difficult to stay on top of the ball, because you have a whole bunch of stuff that you have to manage and you have to do it in real time. So it's really quite difficult. But okay, let me think what I want to do now. So, by the way, you build these things, district hall, in order to move deeper into the world, I guess I could say, in order to reveal the fog of war, because you can't go into the fog of war. You have to build these district halls in order to progress further and to reveal more of the fog of war. So that is how you progress throughout the game, basically. Right now I'm upgrading my soldier dice so that it can be more powerful. I hopefully won't get attacked right now because my soldier dice is basically the only thing that will be able to protect me against an attack. Every now and then you will get attacked by enemies that come out of the fog of war. Also, these camps over here, if you piss them off, then you will also get attacked by them. So you can get attacked by the camps and you're going to get attacked by the enemies in the fog of war. And these numbers, the bottom numbers on my dice, on my workers, so to say, is the durability. Each time that you use a dice, your durability goes down by 1. The dice have a base durability of 16. So you start out with each of your dices having 16 durability, and once that durability reaches 0, you lose the dice permanently, and the faction loses respect for you, that particular faction. So if an orange dice loses all of its durability, then that orange faction will lose respect for you. You can increase the durability or restore the durability of the dice by feeding it. You basically put the dice here in the cookhouse, and then you have to give it food, and then it restores a certain amount of durability to that dice. So you can use up the durability of your die, but you have to restore it with food. And in order to get food, you have to obviously expend durability. So you can you get wheat from the farm, and then you take the wheat from the farm, and you have to mull. You have to go to the mill in order to get food from the wheat. You can also get food from hunting locations, like this one over here is hunting grounds. You can put one of your dice there with the appropriate symbol, and then you get food from that. But it's winter right now, and you can't use your farms while it is winter. So winter is really quite difficult. Also, your die will freeze, making them completely unusable in winter. Now, it doesn't always happen, but once you use your die, there is a chance for them to become unusable. So the game is really, really punishing in winter. Winter is the time when you really have to keep your wits about you, because you can easily get overwhelmed by all of your die being frozen, and then the enemy simply attacking you and you losing your buildings. Okay, so let's have a look. I currently have a couple of die frozen. I think I can unfreeze my die. I think so, but I don't think I have a tavern built yet. Let me have a look here. A tavern. Do I have a tavern yet? Doesn't look like it. There's the tavern. Okay, so we can build a tavern. Let's put it over here, I think. Then I need a builder, so we can then take this orange builder die and use it to build the tavern. So we will unpause time and pause it again, because I now need another die, another builder die. So I just want to see It's a little bit difficult because a lot of my builder dies are frozen now. Okay, so let's continue the time. So now, once you, for instance, this orange die right here has finished its job over there, then you cannot use that die again until you have re-rolled the die. So now I'm gonna press spacebar, or no, press here. Why can't I re-roll? I changed something in the settings to make it so that you pause the game with space, but now I'm not really sure how to re-roll. Why can't I re-roll? What is the re-roll button now? Let me just quickly have a look here. I think I changed the re-roll button unknowingly. Okay, so I understand now. You can't obviously, like I said, do anything while the game is paused. So you have to unpause the game and then click over here to re-roll the dice. I previously had it bound to where you could re-roll the dice using spacebar. But I think it is better with this way, because a bunch of times I pressed spacebar thinking it would pause the time, but it instead re-rolled my die, which is not good. So since you don't want to re-roll a dice accidentally, because that will remove the durability. Each time you re-roll a dice, you lose durability. So you certainly don't want to accidentally re-roll a dice. So let's have a look here. This durability on this die is getting quite low. It's at 3, so I'm gonna increase it by putting it in the feeding place so that it can get some more durability. Then I'm gonna keep these two dies locked. You can lock a die so that it is not re-rolled by pressing Alt and clicking on the dice. Sometimes you would want to keep a dice and not re-roll that dice, because obviously if the dice has a desirable outcome, like for instance this one is on 2 working and this one is on 4 working, so if any building comes up that requires working, that requires that icon, then I can simply put it on the building with no problems. I don't need to re-roll a bunch of dice in order to first find a working dice. I already have 2 of them ready to go, locked and loaded, I guess you could say. I think that's a quite appropriate synonym or whatever. I have them locked and loaded. They cannot be re-rolled at all. So if any building comes up, like for instance this one that requires a working dice, then I can simply use this one as the working dice, even though I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to wait for my farms to come back online perhaps before I use it as a working dice. Or actually I can use one working dice over there. So I'm going to put that working dice over there because this thing required 3 working and that dice has 4 working. So it has the appropriate amount of working, obviously. Then while I'm at it, I can actually maybe take this dice and make it so that it can restore some durability. And then I'm being attacked from over here. Okay, 2 attack. So the enemy that currently is attacking me with 2 strength. That means that I need to commit at least 2 strength in order to counter them. If you don't have 2 strength, then you will not be able to counter them. So that shouldn't be a problem since my blue dice is now finished. So I will be able to use my blue dice in order to get that done. Okay, that's good. I get a 3 exploration over here. So I can use the 3 exploration over there. Then I now have my blue dice. I'm gonna re-roll it. I'm gonna re-roll all 3 of these, because obviously these 2 I can't use right now. And this one I don't want to use right now. So I'm gonna re-roll these. Okay, and I get a 3 attack on this one. So I can use this 3 attack that I just got and attack these guys over there with no problem. So now my dice, my attack dice, is attacking them and taking care of that little problem. So that's fine. I'm gonna put that dice over there, and I now have a building dice, but I don't have anything that I need to build right now. So I think I'm perhaps going to re-roll this one. But what am I looking for? I'm not really looking for anything right now, to be honest with you. I think I can maybe re-roll this one so that I can get some intellect stuff. Let's have a look. That's 1. That's not enough. So I will lock this one, re-roll the other ones. Okay, that's not what I want. I will re-roll again. That's not exactly what I want, but I will lock this one. I will re-roll that one again. Okay. Place those there. So now I once again have a 3 power attack ready to go, locked and loaded for the next time that I am attacked. So that really is almost, I would say, the core mechanics of the game. You need to manage your die very efficiently and constantly have the most logical die locked and loaded, because the game is constantly throwing things at you, throwing problems at you that you have to deal with, like people attacking you, your morale getting low, stuff like that. And the better you are at managing your die, having your die locked and loaded constantly, the better you will fare in the game. That's really the name of the game, to be honest. You have to be really good with time management, since there's no pausing the game time. I mean, you can pause the game, but like I said, you can't do anything while you have the game paused. So time management is extremely important. By the way, this is research. You can do research and research a bunch of passive perks, and you get research by putting stuff into the workshop, by having the study, the green dice, having them study at the workshops. That's how you get more knowledge, so that you can get more passives unlocked. I can now show you guys here, like I spoke about the people walking around there, they are coming out now. So literally they don't do anything. There are people in the game, quote unquote workers, but they're not your actual workers. The die are your workers. These people that walk around do literally nothing. You can't pick them up, you can't click on them, they do nothing for you. The entire game is run by using your die. So I want to re-roll that one, to be honest, because I don't think I'm gonna use it, but okay, let's keep it, let's lock it, let's re-roll. That's good. I will keep that one. lock that one, re-roll that one. That one is good. Lock that one. So now I'm pretty happy with all of my die, to be honest. I have all of them locked. One of my die just got frozen, unfortunately. That's not good. I can unfreeze it, so let's go ahead and do that. So I will take this dice and I will unfreeze it. I will take it, I will put it over there and commence the unfreezing process. Now this die just finished at that building over there, so now I can put another die at that building over there. So we will take it and put it over there. I'm being attacked once again. It is a 2 strength, so I will immediately put my 3 strength attack die over there. That is being dealt with. My soldier got wounded. Your die can get wounded in combat. Once a dice is wounded, if it gets wounded again, then the die will perish. It will die. Your dice will die. And then once again, like I said, if a dice dies or you lose a die or the durability runs out, your people will hate you. You will lose respect with that faction. So if my blue die dies, then I will lose respect from them. So you do not want that to happen. You remove the weakened status that they just picked up by taking them to the healer. The healer is way over there. In order to heal them, you require 2 herbs. That is that resource over there. You get herbs through mining it from the meadows or by sending your people to the herbalist. So there's various different ways to get herbs. There's basically various different ways to get various different resources. Like there's various different ways to get wheat and herbs and gold and stuff like that. You can trade for gold, or there's a chance to mine gold from the mines. So like I say, there's various different ways to get various different resources. Unfortunately, my soldier now is wounded and frozen, which is a pain in the nuts. Now I have to hope that my people aren't attacked, because I now don't have a soldier to defend me. So I'm gonna build another tavern over there, and let's put that one over there. That's fine. So now I don't have anything to defend my city with, which is not good, obviously. And another one just got frozen. That's not good. So as you see, constantly in winter, your dies get frozen, which is not fun. Let me think here quickly. What do I need to do? And unfortunately, winter is quite long. It's a really long winter. It honestly lasts minutes. Like, I don't know how long exactly, but I'm sure it's like 5 minutes or something like that, that the winter lasts. It's not a quick thing, just get it over and done with, because like I said, you are constantly attacked as well. So in a lot of games you can simply ride out the winter, but in this game you are constantly attacked during the winter, so it's not super easy to combat the winter. You're constantly getting attacked, you're constantly getting your die frozen, It's honestly not fun, and like I said, it is not an easy game. It's not a walk in the park. It's quite brutal, actually. Another one of my die just got frozen. Let's quickly have a look here. Increases theater range. We can go for that one. So, to be honest, I don't want to make this video super long. I've basically already showed you guys exactly how the game works. You need to obviously constantly battle against the enemies. You're constantly getting attacked. There I am now getting attacked once again. Fortunately, my soldier will be unfrozen in 4 seconds. But as you see, where's that guy over there? 2 strength attack. As you see, you constantly have to battle against just stuff happening, stuff getting thrown at you constantly. It's a constant fucking battle against various things. It's not an easy game. If you like a kind of casual, friendly city builders like City Skylines, Anno, even though Anno is a little bit difficult, but Anno can also be quite chill. Jurassic World Evolution or Jurassic Park Evolution is quite difficult as well. But honestly, this is very difficult. It's not for the faint of heart. You are constantly battling against stuff. You really have to be on the ball constantly. Fuck, now this one is wounded. I need to send him to the medic 28 seconds before he is healed, because now if I take the chance to send my soldier to attack the raiders, then there's a chance for the die to pick up another wounded status. And like I said, if you have 2 wounded statuses, then your dice dies. So I'm rather taking the chance by first sending him to the healer, and then after that I can attack. But I might lose a building in the process. If they burn down a building, since these guys walk towards your buildings, they choose a random building and then they burn that building down. So it's not good if you don't have the stuff that you need to defend against these bastards. It's not fun. But yeah, like I said, the game is not a walk in the park. If you're looking for a kind of more casual game, if you're more of a casual gamer that just likes to sit back and relax and watch their city people walking around and you know the typical casual experience that you usually get from a city builder, then I would absolutely not recommend this game. This game is really quite far away from being a casual friendly game. It's not at all casual friendly. It's really quite stressful. You constantly have to, as you guys have been watching me for the past 10 or so minutes, it's a battle. You constantly have to pause, re-evaluate, re-roll your dice, look at what you are requiring. You have to battle against status effects. There's a bunch of different status effects, obviously. I don't think I can show you guys here. Don't think it is here. Hazards. Let's have a look here. No. Don't. Effects. Here we go. So there's freezing, there's wounded, Later on in the game, you get different status effects, so your die are constantly battling against that. There's various hazards. There's fire, riot, winter. You're constantly getting attacked. It's really not a casual, friendly game. But if you are the kind of player that likes this kind of stuff, constantly being attacked, constantly having to work against stuff, what's that other game? Frostpunk. Frostpunk. Obviously, most of you guys will know Frostpunk. It's quite a popular city builder. This game is very much like Frostpunk. It's extremely like Frostpunk, to be completely honest with you, because you constantly have to battle against the elements and battle against threats and just shit going wrong, shit going sideways, you know. It's not easy like in City Skylines and Anno and stuff like that. Every now and then something might happen, something bad might happen, but in this game it's pretty much a constant shit stream of you being attacked, your die getting damaged. Holy shit, that's bad. Literally, I just removed the freezing effect from my soldier, and now my soldier is frozen once again. That is not good. So now I have to wait another 28 seconds before I am going to be able to attack this people over here. That's probably going to mean that I'm going to lose a building, unfortunately. So that sucks. But that's really just the name of the game. That is what happens. And here I'm being attacked for a second time. Over there, I'm being attacked right now. So you can see it's a constant stream of just shit happening, shit going badly. It's honestly not a super easy game, like I said. But to be honest with you, I can totally recommend the game. I can honestly recommend the game. If the gameplay looks fun, if it looks like you will enjoy this constant, I would almost say a torrent of stuff happening, stuff going badly, stuff going sideways, then I would absolutely recommend this game to you. It's really a fun game. I quite enjoy the game. Obviously, like I said, the game costs $20, but it's a $20 of almost not enjoyment. It's just constantly stuff going badly. So I don't know if you would necessarily get enjoyment out of the game. I do quite enjoy the game. It's not the same enjoyment that you get from traditional city builders, but it's kind of the same enjoyment that you get from Frostpunk. And certainly, like I said, if you enjoy Frostpunk, then you will enjoy this game. Most definitely. It's a good game. It's a game that I can certainly recommend. But yeah, don't expect it to be a walk in the park, because it's not a walk in the park. It's a walk in the park if the park was on fire. That's really how I could explain it. The park is on fire, and you're not gonna get just a nice Sunday stroll through the park. There's bears in the park, and the park is on fire. It's not super easy. But honestly, I like the game. The game is pretty. Unfortunately, I want to show you guys some of the prettiness. In fact, I'm gonna stay quiet right now, I think, and just play through the game, not explain any more of the game, because I want you guys to see what it is like when you are not in winter. Like I said, winter does last a long time. Honestly, it seems like 50% of the time you are in winter and 50% of the time you are in the rest of the seasons. It's simply because during winter you have so much stuff that you have to deal with. But yeah, guys, honestly, the game costs $20. I can absolutely recommend the game for $20. It's a fun game. I've been enjoying the game. And it's really quite cool that from this honestly unknown developer, I mean, it's literally the first game from this developer. This developer has never made a game before, and this is the first game, and they've made quite a good game, to be honest. It's really quite refreshing to see that despite it being their very first game, they can actually make a pretty good game. So yeah, guys, I would honestly recommend the game. The game is, by the time that I publish this video, the game will be available on Steam for $20. And yeah, like I said, there's a couple of things that I don't like about the game, but overall, I really quite like the game. And it's certainly a game that I can recommend. So I'm gonna stay quiet right now. I'm just gonna try to rush through the game quickly. Because I want you guys to see what the game is like when it's not winter, when you're not constantly having to fight against stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna stay quiet right now and just allow you guys to watch a bit of gameplay and honestly look at the game while you don't have to deal with a whole bunch of stuff. So now, as you guys can see, finally it is summer, and this is how the game looks when it's not all white and dreary. And now we can work much more efficiently, quicker, all of that good stuff, because we don't have a bunch of our dies locked with the frost thing anymore. Another thing that I didn't tell you guys, but the game has a couple of quote-unquote late-game mechanics. The one is extended dies. You can choose to extend one of your dies per playthrough. So once you start your next playthrough, you will be able to take that die with you into your next playthrough. So the game has a roguelite mechanic in it with the extended die that you can take into your next playthrough. So it's not just a city builder that's very difficult. There's also some roguelite elements in it, and then you can also use this machine to combine two dies with each other in order to create a die that has traits. You also get traits in the game. So this one has infinite durability, which is fantastic. It means I don't have to worry about durability. I can essentially infinitely re-roll it in order to get the desired effect that I want, which is really good. And then this one, unfortunately, has two bad traits. The one is that it cannot be empowered, and the other one is that it has half durability. So it's not always that the die will get good traits. Sometimes it will get bad traits, but that's just really the chance that you take. So obviously at the beginning I said that you have laws that you can enact. This is the law system. So you can choose any one of these, but if I choose the orange one, then my orange people will be happy. The blue ones and green ones will be unhappy. If I choose the green one, then the green ones will be happy, but the orange and the blue ones will be unhappy. So that's once again the happiness system coming into play there. You have to keep your people happy, and it's really difficult, especially once you get the monks and the merchants to keep everyone happy. It's almost impossible, in fact. So at the start of every season, 2 stone, 2 blah for every mine. I don't have any mines in the peasant district right now, unfortunately. Buildings inside peasant districts are immune to fire. That's really good. And then increases the range of tax office by 1. That's actually pretty good, so let's go for that one. So now my green people are more happy, but my other people are more unhappy. So yeah, that's really everything that I wanted to show you guys in the game. There's roguelike elements, there's researching stuff, there's extended die stuff. You can combine dies into a mutant die. There's really a lot of depth to the game, above and beyond just the normal city building stuff, you know. And it's really quite cool, to be honest. I really quite like it. So yeah, guys, honestly, this is a pretty solid recommend for me. I honestly would pay more than $20 for this game. It's not often that I find a game that I say that I would pay more than the asking price for it. Very often I would say, yes, this game is worth the money, or this game is not worth the money, but honestly, this game is worth the money and then some. If I could give more money to these devs, I certainly would, because I think this is easily a $30 game, and the fact that the devs are only charging $20 for it is certainly commendable. So yeah, honestly, I don't really have anything bad to say about this game. I really enjoy the game. There's a small little niggles here and there. The fact that you can't zoom out, I am not a fan of. The fact that you can't zoom in or out, I'm not a fan of. Also, obviously, there is the resolution. The fact that you can't change the resolution when you're playing in full screen borderless. Small little things like that. Honestly, it's a really cool game. It's a really difficult, but if you like that kind of stuff, then I would certainly recommend that you play the game. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. The game releases probably once I post this video around the 9th of September. The game is $20. It is available on Steam, hopefully, when I release this video. And yeah, I would certainly recommend that you play the game, especially if you are a fan of Frostpunk and other difficult type city builders. The name of the game is DiceLegacy. Get it if you guys want. As always, with all of these videos, it would be really appreciated if you could support me on Patreon. It simply allows me to buy more games and do more reviews for you guys. Obviously, this game in particular was provided to me free of charge by the developers, and I certainly appreciate that, but I don't always get all of my games for free, and it is those games that I need your guys' help to buy those games so that I can do more reviews for you guys. So yeah, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time.